Bitcoin la $100.000, în timp ce toată lumea plânge. De ce? Pentru că nimeni nu are Bitcoin. Mai puțin câteva persoane care m-au ascultat. Dar nu dispera. Există piața de alții care încă nu a pompat destul. Și deja a început. Cred că o simți. Simți că te furnică puțin pielea așa. Vezi pampuri de 20-30% peste noapte și zici, bă, gata, a început, în sfârșit. Poate că da, poate că nu, dar mai mult poate că da. Și astăzi vreau să stai liniștit pe canapea. Vreau să fii relaxat. Ia-ți o cafeluță sau ia-ți un diazepam sau 2 kg de țuică. Ce-ți mai place ție să faci atunci când te relaxezi? Pentru că am pregătit un interviu direct cu managerul general de la Binance pe toată zona de Europa Centrală și de Est și Asia. Ai auzit poate de Chirilo. Și am pus 5 întrebări mari și late ca să ne facă și pe noi să ne dăm seama, bă, ce se ascunde în spatele cortinei. Ce cred investitorii? Și ca să-ți fac un rezumat la ce o să primești practic la interviul lui, care nu durează foarte mult. Prima întrebare o să fie: care este cea mai interesantă nișă pentru investitorii Binance? Și aia vechi, dar și aia noi. O să-ți placă răspunsul. Adică nișa de meme-uri, nișa de gaming, de AI, Bitcoin. Apoi, a doua întrebare este: crezi că Bitcoin o să fie detronat de vreo altă monedă în viitor? Chestie pe care eu o vorbeam încă din 2021. Dacă nu mai ții minte, o să vezi în răspunsul lui. Apoi, numărul 3. Binance versus reglementările din SUA, un subiect foarte delicat, care inclusiv pe mine mă punea pe gânduri. O să-ți placă răspunsul. Apoi, numărul 4. USDT versus USDC. Care-i treaba și cu reglementările astea? De ce nu mai putem să folosim USDT-ul pe futures, de exemplu? Și putem doar pe spot? O să ne răspundă și la întrebarea asta. Sunt mult mai liniștit acum. Bine, sunt și liniștit pentru că am lângă mine acum 2 kg de țuică. Sunt tipul ăla de om. Să nu te prind cu pastile, cu diazepanul, cu de-astea. Eu nu cred în painkillere, cred doar multă țuică. Și a cincea întrebare, bineînțeles, care stă și pe buzele tale, o să aducă cumva Binance proiecte din ce în ce mai mici în viitor, proiecte pe care nu le găsești pe Binance, dar le găsești pe alte exchange-uri. O să vedem și răspunsul ăsta. Te las cu interviul, ne vedem în câteva minute. Hi Kirilo, welcome to my channel.
Hi Christian, thanks a lot for having me.
We're gonna talk for a few minutes. We have some questions also from my community, not just from me. I think there are good questions, not technical questions, like 5 of them. If you are ready.
Yes, I am. Let's go.
Okay, let's see. The first question: what niche is the most interesting for Binance partners, investors? Like the memes, gaming niche, AI. We all know the hype around the memes, but coming from you, you know more insights than us.
So I think in general, memes are booming this year, right? We've seen a couple of trends. We've seen memes, and then we've seen top games,
Okay.
and now we're seeing Bitcoin. Right, so these are the 3 big trends that's happening this year, and we are also seeing a lot of new users. This happens on every bull market, when people who are not traditionally in crypto, they see Bitcoin is growing, so they start to buy a little bit by little bit, and the more advanced users, they are using more memes, and more junior users, let's say, who has a lot of free time and not a lot of assets now, they are more into the top games. So rewards, any airdrops, anything they can get for free to earn for their time invested into this game. This is what's important for them. So this year only, we are already almost at 250 million users. Wow. And more than half of it is just from this year. So the growth is parabolic.
Nice. So these new users, the new ones, they look for memes also or other stuff?
Yeah,
airdrops
for everything, mainly for the it's either if it's the junior users, they look more for the education, for the some rewards, airdrops, memes to get rich quickly, invest $100 and they wake up a millionaire, all these narratives. This is driving some users' interest. Others are looking for strategic investments into the Bitcoin and these things like that, but very, very different amount. It can be like super small, or it can be the institutional or corporate players who are coming and buying for them.
Also new players are corporate?
Yes. This is a trend. This is a trend of this year. After the ETFs, more and more corporations, corporate players, institutional players, they are getting into the crypto. This is still not a mainstream, not like with the physical persons, but this is growing very, very fast.
Let's go to the second question. Do you think Bitcoin is going to be overthrown by another coin, or will it remain king? What do you think?
I'm a big believer in the Bitcoin, and I think it's like a Bitcoin cycle. Overall, this cycle, what we are seeing is Bitcoin grows overperforming most of the coins, and significantly, right? Not all the altcoins are catching up with the speed of the Bitcoin growth. And this is also mainly driven by the institutional interest, right? So the ETFs and the Trump and the new administration and the new ways and the new expectations from the key government positions in US and the government policy and the hopefully finally the crypto regulation and the Bitcoin reserves. All these topics are driving the interest from the institutional. Recently, the ETF futures were open, and there is like a 4.5 ratio to 1 in terms of the Bitcoin growth expectation, whether the Bitcoin drops. So all these things are pushing the price up, and the Bitcoin is the digital gold and is the traditional, like a traditional asset that is the only one, the oldest one, and the most penetrated one into the traditional financial system. I believe it will remain dominant for at least this cycle.
Yes, for all the flippening guys, I think so. I think the same. I talked about this in 2021, the same thing. I did not believe the flippening will happen. Good. Question 3. Binance versus the US regulations. Should we investors be worried about anything? It's an honest question that I heard it from like most of Romanians.
So it's not anymore, right? It's finished already. This story is finished now. So Binance is now the most compliant crypto exchange in the world, and we have finished the cycle of our resolution agreement with all American authorities. So back in the last year, there was a lot of claims that ended up as the court filings against CZ, our CEO, ex-CEO, and majority shareholder in the Binance as such. And this was proven. The two things were proven, right? One is that historically in the periods of 2017, 2019, we did not have enough AML controls. And this is true. We acknowledged this issue. And also back into these periods, we were operating in US without the license. This is also true before the Binance US was created. These were the times when the industry were at the edge of in the beginning of the crypto creation, right? It's like AI right now. So it was very hard to understand how it's going to be regulated, what's the right compliance tools, etc. And this was really acknowledged by Binance and by CZ. That's why CZ stepped down from the CEO position, and he was sentenced to 4 months. That this term is already completed, and we have signed the settlement agreement for the next 3 years with the US authorities, and we are on track on completing our obligations. So we are kind of finishing this cycle of resolving these historical problems right now. So currently we are the most compliant crypto exchange in the world and the most licensed one. We call it Binance 2.0, right? So we are really focused under the new leadership, under the Richard Tank. It's actually an anniversary today of Richard, our new CEO, 1 year at the CEO position of Binance. So Richard himself is the regulator, and he's a great leader. So under his leadership, we are building Binance 2.0, which is fully compliant. And this is a complicated task because every government understands the compliance and licensing and regulation in a very, very different way. So provided we are operating across the globe, we need to be compliant in all sorts of different ways in every country. So this is what we're doing right now, and we are on track to build these strong relationships with regulators in all the countries where we operate.
Fourth question, USDT versus USDC clearance, good or bad? Should we choose? Are we obligated to choose between them, or what's the catch there?
It's a little bit complicated for European users, right? Which Romanians are also a part of this cohort. With the MiCA regulation, since the 1st of July this year, only MiCA licensed, so regulated stable coins can be promoted on the exchanges that are operating in Europe. So there is only one regulated stable coin at this stage, which is USDC and EURI or EURI. And these stable coins, they can be promoted. We can do the earn, so deposit products on them. We can share them as the rewards, etc., etc. So we can do the full scope of operations on the regulated stable coins. Whether USDC remains the most popular stable coin in the world, but it's not licensed in Europe, right? We do not delist it from our spot pairs. So European users, they can and they will be able to do all the spot trading with USDC. It's just a matter that we cannot market it. Unlike many other exchanges, we respect European regulation and we are just strictly following the rules. So we cannot offer any futures or any earn products with USDT. We cannot drop them as the rewards. We cannot use them for the launch pool, launch pad, this type of stuff. But as a part of the spot offering, so all the USDT pairs, they are remaining and there is no plans to remove it for right now.
And the fifth and final question, is Binance going to bring more small projects further, or do we need to go to other exchanges first? Everyone wants to look for small caps like with hidden gems or something like that. What's your position on this?
Yeah, it's a very good question, right? I'll start from saying that every day there is more than 24,000 coins that are being created daily. 24,000 different coins are being created daily. So there is an interest, right, for the early investors. They want to invest for these coins immediately. To get rich quickly, but it's just the matter also of the safety. So we still believe that the safety of our users is our priority number one. But there is a lot of projects who are thinking of auto listing coins, right? So whenever coin is created without any due diligence, there is some projects that are working in a way that they are auto listing these coins. There's a couple of the exchanges on the tone, a couple of other projects that are thinking on that. This is not our strategy. We are not going to auto list tokens, even if you understand that there is a user interest, but the user safety remains our main priority. We know that maybe we need to move much faster than that. And I don't know, than our traditional way of listing and the time to market, so due diligence and all these other processes. I don't know if you've noticed, but we have recently listed a lot of the top meme coins.
Yeah.
Very, very much. And we're going to increase this speed. So for the meme coins, we have a lighter version of the due diligence, right, to speed up the things, but we're still doing all these obligatory controls. So at minimum, we control the quality of the project team, the sustainable business model or the tokenomics, and the strong community. So these are the minimum factors that we require to list the meme coin. And we also know, as I said, that there is an interest from the users. So we will try to do as much as possible and as quicker as possible by achieving this minimum required level of the safety and controls on this project so that our users don't lose money.
It was good learning more from your insights because you know more than us. If you want to add something new that Binance or Binance investors should know.
Maybe just a quick discussion of what will happen after the 1st of January, because under MiCA, we already implemented the stablecoin rules. So that started working in the 30th of June this year. But from the 1st of January, there is all other MiCA rules that are coming into the game, right? And until the exchanges, any exchanges will have the MiCA license, technically they cannot do the proactive local marketing in European countries unless they have the license in these countries. So wherever in Europe we have the licenses, like places like Spain, France, Italy, etc., we will continue marketing. For Romania specifically, we don't have the license because there was no licensing in Romania. So until we get the MiCA license, some of the marketing will be restricted. So local language marketing will be restricted and local activities specific to Romania will be restricted. So we will temporarily move on the reverse solicitation mode for Romanian users. And I apologize in advance for that for a couple of months until we get the MiCA license, local users will stop communicating with us in the local language. Whether the English communication will continue is just because we respect the MiCA rules and we want to be compliant and protect our users in the end of the day. So that's a small gap that we will need to quickly catch up on in the beginning of the next year.
I'm sure you will. Thank you so much, Kirilo, for your presence. Thank you.
Thank you, Cristian. See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bun, cam asta a fost. Eu zic că ești mulțumit. Sunt foarte, foarte liniștit acum. Cred că o să dorm din nou. Și la final nu mai am nimic de zis. Vezi în descriere chestii, linkuri. Pa!